real fucking deal over here. Like I say, I understand where people come from saying it's not Piatella. I get that. I'm just saying the place calls it Piatella, but what it is this cold cure water hash done 100% right. And like I said, I haven't kept this in the refrigerator and all like I should, and it's got a little darker. But this shit is straight gas, dude.
Looks good. It was pretty. It's been pretty. I mean, it's still pretty.
It's still pretty, but what I'm saying, it was like wet and fresh when I got it, and
it was like apple butter.
If I would have kept, I kept it in the refrigerator for the first little while, but since I've started this streaming, everything kind of just sits next to me in this bag.
Yeah,
and so it kind of, you know what I mean. But that fucking Piatella, dude, that cold cure water hash is gas.
But
for those that don't know what I'm talking about, the whole beef with that is, really, Piatella comes from Uncle's farm. That's what it is cold cured water hash from Uncle's farm was Piatella. And so other people have started calling their really well done cold cured water hash Piatella as a marketing thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also like
real like hardcore I'm not against it. I don't care. No, I'm just really hardcore like weed snobs. Trip about that shit. And that's not Piatella. It didn't come from Uncle's farm. And they're right. They're 100% right. So I just try to let everybody know when I do that.
Yeah. Some people are like, that's how some people are like, it's not champagne unless it comes from this part of California.
Because if Smokey Soldier was here right now, he would have been saying that. So.
Yep, absolutely. Some people feel that way. But I'm with you. It doesn't matter if it's good and done the same way. I get it. We all know.
I get it. It's a marketing thing. I understand. Yeah. I'm not mad at it. I just know what it is. It's all cold water hash. It's just Uncle's farm and that guy. I can't remember everybody's name and shit right now, but he was somewhere and he heard of this thing and went on a hunt, and then they produced it at Uncle's farm, and it was called Piatella. Piatella, like, yeah, that's what I did. I just, for the most part, I just call it cold cure water hash because that is what it is. Even Piatella from Uncle's farm is cold cure water hash. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
Oh.
Oh, see, he knows more than me, apparently. But, yeah, whatever Jay Gross says is probably more accurate than what I said.
Star trichrome heads put into a vacuum sealed bag and put into a fridge to make some rosin. Takes crazy long time to make.
Yeah,
and what I'm assuming now, and what he means is any cold cure water that Piatella at 6-star. So anything that's 6-star trichrome head, anything that's done like that, I guess, could be considered Piatella.
Yeah, you're right. I was skipping on that part because usually I would have added in the fucking like 120U head part and shit. But ain't nobody going through the fucking trouble to make, you know what I mean, to put Piatella on something unless it is what it is.
Well, that's why a lot of times I feel like when you start looking into things like that, I wouldn't even ask cost because I would assume it would be expensive. So anything like budget and exclusive, those two words don't usually go together. You know what I mean? Like when it's something exclusive, when it's something like
Piatella, everybody pretty much where I found that as Piatella, everybody claims they're the only one that has it other than Uncle's farm. They all bro, that shit's everywhere. You know what I mean? It's just you got nowhere to get it.
One makes 6-star hash anymore. Yep, I believe that, Jay. I believe, and when you mean practically no one, I bet you mean there's probably less than a fucking. I wouldn't like to put a number on it, but I'm sure you mean it. I'm sure you mean it. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
I know a few people.
And the quote unquote art form is going to get more and more diminished the more and more legitimate these businesses become, the bigger they become. And some of these businesses, God bless them, they can't help it. Like they can't stay organized, you know?
Chatter's going to become the same type of, you know what I mean? Like I'm saying, like we were talking about with Shatter earlier, nobody's doing it anymore. Nobody's fucking pushing good bud and making Shatter. Nobody's doing it because they found that it's easier and more profitable to make rosin or to make BHO fucking batter or whatever.
Yeah.
What's
And that's
up,
what,
Bud
but that's where
Idiot in the house, dude? Every time I see your name, I remember I gotta email you.
that's when that art form starts dying off. The more commercialized an art form becomes, the less art goes into it. And that's because supply and demand kicks in. Business and art don't usually go together very well either.
And it's very, very hard to make 6-star hash. Like, not all shit will make 6-star hash. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
There's certain.
I'm sure it's an entire process from the start to the end.
People that are really doing that are seed to sale. You know what I mean? They're growing the shit. They're growing it for hash, or they have a place at least that grows specifically for hash, and they hash the whole plants. Like, you can't hash fucking trim and shit and get good product. Fire in, fire out.
Yeah, and you know what?
We've had that fucking discussion on here before.
Companies use these term whole melt and things like this on their products and get people to buy it. And you see it and you're like, man, that's nothing like what whole melt is. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's the thing with like whole melt. I know what you're talking about. And whole melts is one of them things where it's easy to buy the packaging now. Yes. And like, I wouldn't buy like a low quality anything that was whole melt. I wouldn't buy crumble or anything like that was whole melt. Like,
right. No.
Because it's too iffy. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about the brand whole melts. The brand, not like full melt or nothing. We're talking about whole melts, the brand. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I've made a lot of just ice water hash. And we've come up, like I said, most of that was washing, you know, not the best bud, but it was all straight bud wash. But it wasn't top tier fucking bud or nothing I was watching, but we've watched a lot of hash. And one time we did watch some really good bud and come out with some fire shit. But
hang on, let me see.
It's always good. We just made old school hash. That used to be a real big thing around here. Everybody liked them hash cakes, them old school hash bricks.